Hi, welcome to the Smart Wood Shop. Today I'm going to show you how I build shop-made knobs that work fantastic. You can make any style, shape, size you need and save a lot of money along the way. I'm working away on the Paulk Total Station Ultralight, and the great thing about getting to the finish here is I'm using table saws on both ends. I'm using the router station, I'm using the miter station, so I'm able to really fine tune it. So I have a lot left to do, but it's all little minor stuff and little bugs to work out so that I can make the plans perfect.
I can go online and buy these knobs, $1/4 knobs, for about 50 cents a piece. If I go to the hardware store, they're going to be more like $1.50. Or I can make one myself in the shop very rapidly for about a nickel, because I'm going to make the knob itself out of scrap plywood that I have left over from making the rest of the bench, 18mm plywood. And then I'm going to use 1/4 nut, and I keep boxes of these. I buy them by the box, not one at a time, because one at a time they're probably about 10, 11 cents, but I get them for about 3 or 4 cents because I buy boxes of them. So for less than a nickel, I can make a knob. So even at 50 cents a piece, I've got 4 in this case, and of course I use them for lots of things. They can save a lot of money over time, and I can make the knobs bigger. I can make the square knobs like I do on the adjustable supports for the extensions. If you figure out how to do this, you can make any number of knobs for tools and jigs and fixtures. And again, sometimes these are going to be the best fit, but a lot of times you can get away with this. So I'm going to show you real quickly how to make these. Now obviously when I make them, I'm going to make as many as I need at once so the operation is efficient and I can move through it quickly. And I got a little bit of a mess here because it's easier to put everything here with the cameras than to move the cameras around the way I would normally work. Now what I want to do is I want to use 2 different drill bits. I want to choose the size of knob that I'm going to make. In this case, I'm going to use an 1 3/4 hole saw. But I don't want to just drill that and then have this 1/4 inch hole through, because I want to drill a flat bottom hole that I'm going to tap this nut into first. So what I'm going to do is take a 7/16 inch bit, which I have found to be the perfect size to trap this size nut. All I basically did was just take the nut and just put it up there, and I see that it's very close to being about the same size. The nut is slightly larger than the hole. Now I'm going to drill, this is going to be a flat bottom hole. I am going to, you could do it with a Forstner bit. I don't have one the right size, but this works just as fine. And it also, this is a brad point, so it's going to leave a nice little center hole for me to center up the hole saw on so that I can line both holes up perfectly. And I'm going to just estimate the depth. I just want to be able to tap this nut in and have it go flush or slightly more than flush. I just don't want it sticking up. Now you can see I've got this flat bottom hole, and there's a brad point hole right in the middle of it, and I'm going to be able to line up this pilot bit right in the center of that and know that they'll be lined up perfectly. Now I've got the flat bottom hole drilled. I have the hole all the way through for the bolt to go through, and I'm ready to drop that nut in. But first I'm going to clean it up a little bit on a belt sander, just so I've got a nice knob that feels good. Okay, now that I have the knob all finished and ready to go, I'm going to take the same 1/4 hex head bolt. This is what fits in these T-tracks. That's what traps in there. I'm going to go ahead and slide that up from the bottom, and I'm going to spin the nut on so that the nut is pretty much all the way on, except not, with the bolt not quite sticking through. Take a hammer and just tap it in. And that's all there is to it. So now I have a perfect knob that cost me a nickel and a few minutes in time.
Well, if you like these videos, be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and remember, ring that bell so you know when I drop a new video. You can also get any of my plans by clicking on the link right here in the video at the end or in the description down below. And don't forget, I have an Amazon store. If you use the link there, they'll share a little bit with us to support the channel without charging you any extra. And you'll find a link to that in the video description as well. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.